Welcome back to Red Brook Farm, redbrookhoney.com. Here we are on the 15th of September, a little over a week after extracting 300 pounds of raw, dark Red Brook honey. And what we're looking at is our double 5-frame nuke. As you can see, this is the left-hand side, and there's good activity outside here on the porch. They're checking each other out. Big old drone sitting right there on the edge, big old drone, and I see a little bit of pollen coming back, and you won't see the nectar because that's in their honey crop, but things look good right there. I looked in that hive the other day, and what we're looking at here, I got the brick going the other way because I didn't see the queen. I didn't see many eggs. I saw some cat brood. Over here on this side, I found lots of eggs and cat brood. And what you're looking at here is another 5 frames. What there is 5 frames here and 5 frames on the other side. They're separated in the middle. And these colonies, in about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, they'll go up on top of one of these larger colonies here. They'll go up on top. I'll take the top board off here and I'll put that colony on top, and they'll overwinter. The warmth from down below will go up above. And what you're looking at here is pretty good activity. The entrances are closed down a little bit, about half, because I'm putting a menthol treatment on them for the miticide. It's a menthol thymol mixture of, and it goes on top to what you're looking at. Pretty good activity here. Every now and then somebody's getting greeted and not let in, because when the honey bloom, when the nectar bloom dies down as it does now, they start to steal from each other. You see I've got the duct tape on the front here to close those entrances off. You'll also see something that you haven't seen before, which is this piece of board here, which is just covering the entrance. What I have is a screen bottom board, and I've got this piece in here so that the airflow is a little less in the fall, and as I'm putting the menthol treatment on for the mites. You'll also notice that on the back of the, you'll also notice that on the front board, you see, on the landing board, you see more bees than normal because the forage is off just a little bit. And also, I took off the supers of honey. You see there's only 2 boxes deep all the way down. Last week I took the super honey off the top, which gives the bees a little bit less room, and they have a good fall, good summer population. And what you're seeing is they have a little less room, so they kind of hang out outside. They hang out down here. There's a little less forage on. More of the house bees are hanging out outside here. You see they're coming and going. I see a little bit of pollen coming back, which will be goldenrod, and the aster is starting to grow up here too, the aster. And so what we're going to find is less and less as it goes along. The bees only live 45 days in the summer, and the egg laying has significantly decreased. And this is our strongest hive, as if you couldn't tell from the activity of the bees on the outside. And what you'll notice is that they're just out here, and there's a little rough and tumble going on every now and then, and it's the bees from other colonies saying, hey, wait, I want to come in here and see what I can get for. And the bees are a little bit agitated, only because of they're looking at the result of a reduced honey flow, and then they start robbing from each other. Mother Nature's a pretty cruel creature sometimes, and she lets the bees rob from each other. They just naturally go after each other. These girls are hanging out on the outside. Some of them are fanning the scent. Some of them are stopping they're still letting the drones in, I see, which is interesting, because the male drone bees get kind of banished from the hive as the fall goes along, because the male drone bees don't do any foraging. All they do is go out and go to the drone congregating area in the afternoon, and they're there for inseminating virgin queens, and there's typically not many virgin queens to be inseminated here in the fall. Nice activity here on the outside. And what I'm doing is I'm just tipping back there's an opening in the front of these, there's an opening on the front up and underneath here, and in the, when I see activity like that, and what I do is I look at this, I slide this out, and I'm looking at the cappings. And what I'm also going to look for, this was put on yesterday, and I'm looking for the mite. And what you're looking at, see there's a little bit of a grid on here, and you can look and see, and I can see some mite drop, which is what I want to see. The mites don't like the menthol and the thymol, and the bees don't mind, but the mites don't. And I can actually see the mites crawling around on here. A couple of them. The grid, this guy right here, is moving right around. Not happy. But the mite, the Varroa mite, the Varroa destructor mite, is the worst thing for a honeybee colony. It's the major cause of all the problems because it vectors disease, and it's a major problem. And so what we're doing is our share of work to get rid of that Varroa destructor mite. Yes sirree. Going further down the line, a little bit of activity here. This colony isn't quite as strong. The next one coming up is very strong. And all I'm doing is tilting these tops back because I don't want, what happens is when the nectar starts to die down in the wild, they start to bug each other. And good activity here, good strong colony. They're checking me out. They're a little bit aggressive in checking me out, so they're not happy with the activity that's going on. And this one here, you can see some rough and tumble. You can see them right down on the landing board. They're tumbling with each other. And what they're doing is that's somebody else who's trying to make their way into this colony. And as you can see on this one, I've got the entrance closed way down. Very, very small entrance opening here on this one, because this is one of the weaker colonies. And I can just tell by the activity on the front of the colony that they are, they're rough and tumbling with each other. I'm going to check one more down here. I'll check one more of the slide out drawers. These for sale signs that double here, what they're doing is there's a screened opening, and this is catching it from going all the way down. And if I look under this one, what I'm looking for here again is a Varroa mite drop. And what I've got, yeah, I got some mites, so that's good. Don't have a lot of mites, but this is what we're trying to do, is get rid of the mites. Keep the cappings down. There's another installment from Red Brook Farm in Scarborough, Maine. www.redbrookhoney.com.